Hello everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial on our channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to make this style of crinoline fascinator. So please endeavor to watch the entire video to the end so you understand the whole process. Now I'm going to be needing my crinoline. I would also be needing a scissors to cut the crinoline, Alice band, and to cover the Alice band, I will be needing ribbon. I would also be needing UHU gum. You could use your E6000 gum or E7000 gum. I would be needing a matching color of thread and needle, measurement tape. Now I'm going to measure at 10 inches. I will be needing this in two places, so I'm going to cut the first one and I'll go ahead and cut the other one. Then I would also cut 12 inches in two places. After cutting out the 12 inches, I will also go ahead and cut out 32 inches. This is my 32 inches. Then lastly, I will cut out 17 inches. You may want to use 18 inches, okay? So that's my 17 inches, my 32 inches, my 10 inches in two places, as you can see, and also have my 12 inches. Okay, so I'm going to set the 17 inches and 32 inches aside. Then I'll be working with the 10 inches and the 12 inches. I'll get my needle and my thread and I'll fold one of the crinoline like so. So once I fold into two halves, I'm going to take my needle and my thread to secure the edges or that tip. So you're going to watch closely. I'm going to secure this firmly. For this design of crinoline fascinator I'm working on, I actually got 3 yards of crinoline to make the design. So I'm going to secure this firmly, and I'm also going to repeat the same thing on the other crinoline. So after securing this, I will grab get the other crinoline, the remaining 3, and I will secure it like so. After folding and I've secured the tip, I'm going to set them aside. Then I will get the 17 inches crinoline. So you could use 18 inches instead. So I'm going to secure that now. I will secure both tips because I'm going to be creating a rose with it. After securing both tips, I'll cut out the rough edges using my scissors, and I'm going to be making a running stitches on the middle of the crinoline like so. So I folded into 2. So I'll make the running stitches to the other tip or edge of the crinoline. Now I'm going to gently pull the thread like so to form a rose, okay? So I'll use my needle and my threads to secure that. Then I'll start forming my rows with it. So just roll it around like so. Can you see? So this is how you form your rows. Now I want my rows to be in a slippery form. I don't want it to be too bulky. So I'm going to use my needle and my threads to tag that down. And then after I will just roll it again, and then I'll keep tacking like that. So once I've secured this firmly, I'm going to knot the thread, and then I'll cut out the excess thread. Then I'm going to set this aside. Now I'll take the 32 inches crinoline, and as usual, I'm going to be securing both tips. Okay, so I'll be making a loop with this, but first I have to secure both tips, and I went ahead to do that off camera because I've already showed you how to secure the tips of your crinoline. So now I'm going to be making a loop with this. So you're going to watch closely how I'm going to go about this. So this is how you make your loop. Can you see? So I'll rearrange and create my loop like that, and once I'm satisfied with what I have, I'll go ahead and tack down. Then I may also want to arrange it again to form, or maybe to form more loops with it instead of just two loops. So you just watch closely how I'm going to go about this. Now I think this is better, so I'm going to go ahead and use my needle and my thread to tag that down and secure it firmly. So whenever you are working with crinoline, you want to ensure that your thread is doubled to about 4 strand or even 8 strand, because the crinoline, especially the tips, have the tendency of making the threads to cut. So you want to double that so you can just work freely and secure the crinoline firmly. If you have made it this far to this part of the video and you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell to get notifications whenever we upload new videos. Also give this video a thumbs up and drop your comments in the comment section of this video. Now I'm going to cut out the excess thread, and I'll also cut out that rough edges or the tip I have there. Then I will get the other design I made. Now I'm going to place this. This is the 12 inches crinoline I folded. So I'm going to place that like so. Then I'm going to tack it down with my needle and my thread. Another thing that is very paramount in whenever you are making a fascinator like this is that you use a matching color of thread, so that the color of thread you use will not be visible when you are done making your fascinator or your craft work. So as you can see, I placed the 10 inches crinoline on top of that, and I'm also going to get the other one and place like so, after which I'm going to secure that firmly with my needle and my thread. Now I'm going to get the lobe design and the rose design, and I will start by attaching the lobe design first. You could actually skip the rose design, okay? I just feel that with this lobe design, the beauty of this fascinator is already had, so you could skip that or you could just add that. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know if you'll be adding the rose design or you will just go with the lobe design. Then if you are watching this video, or if this is your first time of joining us on this channel, I would want to know how you get to know about this video. Is it from TikTok, Facebook, Telegram, WhatsApp, or other social media platforms? Please, I would want you to communicate that in the comment section. I'll be in the comment section to give you a shout out. After attaching the rose design, I'm going to cut out the excess thread. Now I'm going to be wrapping the Alice band with ribbon. So it's not compulsory you wrap the Alice band with ribbon, but I like to wrap mine because I'm using this plastic headband. And also, if you don't have ribbon and you want to wrap your Alice band with the color of crinoline, or yes, if you're going to be wrapping it with the same color of fabric with the crinoline, then you could use either satin fabric, your crepe fabric, or any other fabric. So I've illustrated that in some of our previous tutorials on this channel, so you may want to check that out. I was able to wrap the Alice band or wrap Alice band with other materials. After wrapping the Alice band, I'm going to be attaching the design on the Alice band. So there are different ways you could go about this. So first, I like to take this to my head and decide where I want to attach that. And once I'm satisfied, I'll go ahead and just tack it down. Now to do this, I'll be tacking it, and I would also be using gum. So first I'm going to be using gum, and the type of gum I'm using is hot glue gun or candle wax and lighter. Okay, so because there's power failure over here, I'm going to be using candle wax and lighter. So I will just use the lighter to melt the gum. I will apply that and place the fascinator on it. And to further secure it, I'm going to go in with my needle and my thread. Now when tacking, is the fabric or the material on the Alice band is what you are going to be tacking with the crinoline. So it's impossible for you to just tack the plastic or pass your needle and your threads through the plastic Alice band. So I'm going to be passing my needle and my threads through the the material I use. Depending on the material you use, you know, in this tutorial I used ribbon to cover the Alice band, so it's the ribbon I'm going to be tacking, or I'll pass my needle and my thread through the ribbon and then to the fascinator or the crinoline, like that. So you're going to watch closely how I'm going to go about this. So once I'm done, I'm going to knot the thread and cut out the excess thread at the back. Now to cover up this rough part I have at the back, I'm going to be using the ribbon and my gum. Now I discovered that the USU gum did not work for this part because I'm going to be placing that on the crinoline and it will not gum or work on the crinoline, so I have to cut that out, and I ended up using my candle wax and lighter. So you're going to watch closely. I'm going to cover this or seal this up. So if you would be interested in learning more on fascinator and other headwears, we have an online class where we teach and coach students on how to make different types of headwears and even bridal accessories. I'm going to link or drop the link in the description box, so you could go ahead and click on the link to join. Also, you can send a WhatsApp message to the number on the front screen and we'll send you the details on WhatsApp. So once I'm done with this, I'm going to turn to the front of the fascinator, and on this part where I have my thread showing on that rose design, I'm going to be covering that up with some pearls. You could use some stones or any applique of your choice. So I'll just cover that up with some pearls and my hot glue gun or candle wax and lighter. If you got value from watching this video, please endeavor to give this video a thumbs up and also drop your comments in the comment section of this video.